the Republican Party is already advocating for us to send American troops to the Middle East to go defend Israel. I have literal video confirmation of this. This is not a joke. Israel bombed Iranian nuclear sites last night. If you're just waking up and finding out about this, Israel killed many civilians and a whole bunch of the top Iranian military members, including General Salami, who is the... Go ahead and laugh. General Salami is dead. You got it out of your system? Okay, the salami lid, the salami lid, it won't fit, the salami lid. He's dead, along with a whole bunch of top military Iranian officials. Iran has vowed to strike back. The Iranian military tweeted out blood for blood. Hundreds of drones flying over Israel, Israel ringing the alarm bells, America getting ready to join in the fight, Trump tweeting out probably the most insane fucking post he's ever goddamn made. We're going to start off by reading his post, and then we're going to move into the breaking news. This is it, folks. I have warned you for years that Donald Trump will bring about the beginning of World War III. I've also warned you that the only nation selfish enough to use their nuclear arsenal is Israel. Every single MAGA voter will support this war. They are subhuman. They are vermin. They are rats. They are less than you. If you are MAGA and you are watching this, I wish you ill. You are less than me. You are subhuman. You are vermin. I mean this. I mean this. I mean this. You shouldn't have rights. I mean this. We've gotten to the point where anybody and everybody who still supports Donald Trump should be forcefully placed into a re-education camp. We need to demagify them the way that we denazified Germany. These people are mentally disabled. So let's read Trump's tweet here. I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest of words to just do it. But no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get it done. I told them it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told, that the United States makes the best and most lethal military equipment anywhere in the world, by far, and that Israel has a lot of it, with much more to come, and they know how to use it. Certain Iranian hardliners spoke bravely, but they didn't know what was about to happen. They are all dead now, and it will only get worse. There has already been great death and destruction, but there is still time to make this slaughter with the next already planned attacks being even more brutal come to an end. Iran must make a deal before there is nothing left. And save what was once known as the Iranian Empire. No more death, no more destruction. Just do it before it's too late. God bless you all. And how coincidental is it that all of this is happening while Trump is bringing in the most military equipment into Washington, D.C. that we've ever had? $90 million worth of tanks, jets, planes, helicopters, armored vehicles, fucking 7,000 military members. Oh, and then also he's deploying the National Guard and the Marines to like multiple different states and preparing to invoke the Insurrection Act and preparing to declare martial law. Isn't that so fucking interesting? We just got a $100 donation from JD Dubois. Buy something nice for you, Chris. Thank you very much, JD Dubois, for that DNC funding. All that money will be spent on reinvigorating the Iranian caliphate. I just got put on 17 different lists. But let's watch this video of Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton, saying it is time to send in U.S. forces, boots on the ground, to defend Israel. Hey, MAGA, are you ready to defend Israel? Because I'm not. I'm aged out. I'm not going to fight. I'm going to watch the GoPro footage of your 18-year-old sons fighting and dying for the Israelis.
Security advisor to President Trump in his first term, John Bolton, who also served as U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. It's good to see you again, Ambassador. I have a million questions, but first and foremost, what do you make of this first wave of strikes by Israel? How far they hit,
Watch
and who
this.
they took out?
Well, thank God for Bibi Netanyahu.
And you think we're not going to war? You think we're not going to war? His first words were, "Thank God for Bibi Netanyahu." Now, I am going to say something incredibly controversial, and I hope to God this gets put on Fox News. But I firmly believe that every single person who voted for Donald Trump should be forced to go to Iran and fight. Every single fucking person. I don't give a shit if you're some 75-year-old grandmother. If you voted for Donald Trump, you should be fucking forced on a plane, sent to Iran, and go fucking fight and die. Same thing with John Bolton and his fucking kids. Every single person who supports this goddamn war should be forced to send their kids and their grandkids to the front line to let their fucking blood spill. Instead of me and my brothers and my sisters and my cousins and my nephews and my nieces and your fucking family and the entire working class of the fucking United States being forced to go back to the fucking sandbox and fight for the goddamn oil lobby. Fuck every single American politician who has the fucking audacity to support sending our young boys and girls back into the fucking sandbox. Fuck! Thank you for the $100 donation, Dustin Newell. Money's to launder for the cause. God damn, I'm so fucking pissed off. It is literally moments like this that make me grateful my father is dead. Not because, oh, I'm glad my dad is dead, but because if my Vietnam veteran father had to watch this shit go down, he would have had a fucking heart attack and died again. Fuck!
He has cut through the fog and done, frankly, what should have been done as long as 20 years ago. This is a very important step. It's far from over, but Iran is already close to being flat on its back after the pummeling its terrorist surrogates have taken, the fall of the Assad regime in Syria, now the elimination of several of its top commanders, the elimination in October of its ballistic missile production facilities, and now direct attacks on...
Dude, literally yesterday, we had this map up, except it wasn't possible. It was just a map of Iranian nuclear sites. And I fucking said on the video, you can go back and watch it, I said, I bet you the Israelis have this map, and it is their targets. I said this yesterday! Yesterday! I said, I bet you the Israelis have this map, except these are their targets. Why am I right?
The nuclear program. This regime should never be allowed to get to nuclear weapons, and Netanyahu has started it off. We don't know if all of the coming days will be as good as this one, but this is a very good start.
The way that Brett McGurk just put it in speaking with us this morning, he said the people who would have met...
Look, General Salami, dead.
...this morning to figure out how to respond...
Major General Mohammad Bagheri, dead. Ali Shamkhani, dead. These are the people Trump was fucking negotiating with. These are the literal people Trump was fucking negotiating with. And now they're dead. The negotiations are off. They're done. Welcome to war.
Dead, but that they will respond. Ambassador, do you think the United States is closer now to being pulled into another war in the Middle East than it was yesterday? That is the fear of Senator Tim Kaine, who just spoke to John Berman.
Yeah, well, they've got a completely distorted view of the situation. There has been a war in the Middle East since...
Netanyahu has left Israel? Of course he fucking did. That goddamn coward would never stay in the fight.
October the 7th, 2023. And Israel has now simply opened a new front in that war. I believe the United States should be helping Israel conduct these attacks. The Iran nuclear weapons program is not an Israeli problem. It's an American problem. It's a problem of global nuclear proliferation. We let it go on far too long. What the United States needs to do now, although I don't have any idea whether the Trump administration will do it, is provide all the intelligence we can on what Iran's response might be, get American forces into the region to defend Israel.
Get American forces into the region to defend Israel. Hey, to my active duty service member watching this, are you excited to go fight for Israel? Are you excited to go fight for your flag, the Israeli flag? Are you excited to go fight against Iran because this old motherfucker says it's time for you to go fight for Israel? You ready? Are you ready, Trump voting active duty service member? Have fun, soldier. Have fun.
to defend our deployed forces, to defend our Arab friends in the Gulf region. And then also, we should be beginning to plan phase two of this. Given the destruction of the Israeli military facilities, it's now time to think of the campaign for regime change in Iran, because there will never be peace and security in the Middle East until that regime is gone. I think the Israeli attacks...
There will never be peace and security in that region until that regime is gone. Okay, so they are just saying confidently, we will not stop until Iran is completely destroyed. Welcome to World War III. Welcome to World War III.
Could well constitute a major destabilization.
I love how MAGA's going to spin this. Chris Valenti fear-mongering World War III. Meanwhile, World War III. These motherfuckers could be in the trenches on the front lines, rifle up, going, Chris Valenti's a fear-monger. Honestly, you guys are going to be in the trucks being sent to the front going, he's just lying. You fucking inbreds.
Consequence inside Iran as the people look at what the Ayatollahs and their followers have brought to the country.
Marco Rubio was the first to issue the first formal statement on behalf of the United States after these attacks, talking about this was a unilateral attack by Israel. I know that you said just now, and you've told me before, that you think the United States should be helping Israel in these strikes. Even before today, you had said help them in striking nuclear facilities. Do you think that Benjamin Netanyahu would have launched this attack without some sort of go-ahead from President Trump?
Absolutely. I think it's clear that as of last night, maybe the administration had been informed, or maybe they had simply heard from Netanyahu in the conversation he had with Trump on Monday that Israel was getting near the point of attacking. But I don't believe there was any implicit or explicit authorization, green light, yellow light, or blinking of the eye. But that's that's not unprecedented for Israel to act alone and to act without American permission. They did it in 1981 when they destroyed Saddam Hussein's Osirak nuclear reactor.
Saddam Hussein? Is this the type of guy who calls Osama bin Laden Usama bin Laden? Like, what are we doing?
Outside
what are we
of
doing?
Baghdad, they did it in September of 2007 when they destroyed an Iranian reactor being built by North Korea in the Syrian desert. And I think they've done it again, and good for them.
Something else Tim Kaine said, Senator Tim Kaine said, Ambassador, that I wanted to ask you. He said, why torch diplomacy before it's allowed to succeed? His point is that he said he was shocked and disappointed that Israel launched this attack just 3 days before the diplomatic efforts of the nuclear talks between the U.S. and Iran were set to take place again this weekend. Before this, in our last conversation, I recall you saying that you thought these nuclear talks were going nowhere. What do you think now? Are you disappointed? I know that you are applauding this, but are you disappointed in the timing, given that talks are going to happen this weekend?
There was never a chance. Let me say that again. Never a chance that Iran was going to agree to any kind of deal that we would find acceptable. And anybody...
Yeah, you want to know why? Because your deal was dog shit. Let me explain something to you. If the United States and Israel and the UK and France and all these, and China and Russia and all these goddamn nations can have nuclear weapons, what the fuck makes you think that Iran is going to say, okay, fine, we won't have one? You want Iran to not have a nuke? Give up yours. This is why I'm a delegate for the United Nations Denuclearization Proliferation Treaty, is because in a world with nuclear weapons, nobody is safe. We're not safe when Iran doesn't have a nuke, but we do. You're still not safe. We are safe when nobody on this planet has a nuclear weapon. There is no negotiations. There is no, we can have it and you can't. If you genuinely think that is the way forward, you're a fucking moron.
Anybody who thinks otherwise just doesn't understand Iran. Look, we've negotiated with Iran for over 20 years now. And when serious negotiations started in 2003, 2004 by the Europeans, Britain, France, and Germany, it was an absolute precondition by the Europeans that they would support a civil nuclear program for Iran, but no uranium enrichment. no uranium enrichment. And they stuck with that. And the Obama administration stuck with that up until his second term, when they caved in and allowed uranium enrichment. That was the fatal flaw of the 2015 deal. And anybody who thinks that deal made America or Israel or the Gulf Arabs safer fundamentally doesn't understand the direction of the Iranian regime. So it wasn't that we didn't give diplomacy as a chance. Diplomacy had no chance given Iran's objectives.
Even saying that, do you think these talks are dead at this point?
Yeah.
Look, these talks are a waste of oxygen.
Ambassador, thank you for coming in as always. I appreciate your time.
What is this? Trump issues warning to
This is
Israel.
CNN breaking news.
All right, the breaking news this morning, major.
On over a potential nuclear.
I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. Oh, we already went over this, I think.
In this, and that Israel believed that this action was necessary for self-defense.
We are not involved in strikes against Iran, and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region. President Trump and the administration have taken all necessary
But we do know as well that Trump administration, when
steps to protect our forces and remain in close contact with our regional partners. Let me be clear, Iran should not target U.S. interests or personnel. They're 100% gonna. What the fuck are we even talking about? Oh, Jesus Christ. Listen, we got more to research. We got more to talk about. This is going to be a long day. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, I'm probably still live. I'm going to be taking a 2-hour break to go to the gym around 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern. But other than that, we're probably going to be reporting on this all fucking day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. This is what real independent media looks like. It looks like some douchebag with a Logitech camera and a Shure microphone in the corner of his apartment just talking to a fucking screen. I got no funding. So if you do want to support the channel financially, a couple ways you could do it. Become a member for $5. Become a patron for $5. Buy some Valenti Videos merch right down below, and use the 40% off discount code for the Vantage subscription on Ground News located in the description below. Other than that, you can donate to the channel, and you can click that button right over there. I promise you, it's a banger-ass video. I'll catch ya.